Hello book friends, I'm Allie, and welcome to another weekend reading vlog. So, I am actually starting this vlog before I wrap up my vlog for last week. I haven't even posted that yet because this week has been so crazy. I did finish the book last week, and I'm not even going to tell you guys about it because I have the vlog, and I'll talk to you guys about that in the other vlog, but it's going to go up before this one, so this is kind of a weird like vlogception going on. But anyway, this week has been really hectic. I have done hardly any reading because we have been on the go so much, just doing a lot of stuff with our kids and the county fair and stuff like that, so it's been really busy. And I actually did start a book today, or yesterday, and I have read 100 pages of it so far, and that's one of the books for this weekend, and that is Not the Witch You Wed by April Asher. And this book is about a witch who doesn't have magic, and her name is Violet. She is the firstborn of triplets, and so therefore she's actually supposed to be very powerful, but she's not. And she is caught up in some ancient traditions where she needs to marry because of her status. And then enter the sexy wolf shifter, and they have like a past together, and he is obviously has feelings for her, and she is holding a grudge against him, and they have to fake date because he has found himself in a predicament where he needs to be engaged, or at least like courting someone because of the politics of the supernaturals in this world. So the world building in this so far is really cool. I have to say it's a little bit just get tossed in and figure things out, which can be just a little confusing when you're in the beginning of the book, but stuff starts coming together pretty quickly, and I love this world. There's all different types of supernatural creatures, and they have like councils, and it just like everything that they do is just so interesting. I have been so absorbed in this book today because I've actually had a little time to listen to the audiobook, and this one is definitely worth reading so far. I'm 100 pages in, and there's like 330, I think, or 340. And so far, it is definitely worth reading. The writing is really good. The characters are witty and funny. The banter is fantastic. There's family elements, friend elements, supernatural creatures, just everything that you can possibly imagine that makes an awesome, like, world-building, romance, supernatural setup. This book is doing it right. So I am really excited to continue this weekend. I have another book that I'm planning on reading. I, as a matter of fact, do not have my children. It's actually like 7:30 right now. I've been on the go all day. This is the first chance that I've had to say hello. So the second book that I'm wanting to pick up is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I have heard a lot about this. Most of the reviews that I've seen, people are loving this book, and the sequel has gotten equally, if not more, high ratings. And what actually prompted me to read this is that she has a new book coming out in October, and it is something Foul Lady, something, I can't remember the title of it right this minute, but it was actually a Book of the Month pick, and it was one of the ones that I ended up getting. The author did say that you don't have to read these first books in order to enjoy that book, or I believe that book might end up being a series or duology or something. I think she's going to do more with those, but she said that you don't have to read this series in order to enjoy that series, but there are some like crossover characters and stuff like that. And so I just really wanted to pick this up before I get my Book of the Month box, so that I have kind of an idea of like what this world is about and these characters, and just kind of get into it. I have heard someone describe this book as Romeo and Juliet and the diviners mixed together. This takes place in 1930s Shanghai, and it just says that a monster awakens on the back. And it sounds really cool. I don't really know anything about it on the back here. Sorry, on the inside cover, I know there's a blood feud between gangs and two people who fall in love, and, you know, the Romeo and Juliet elements, and then some type of monster, magic. It just sounds really good. And I have heard somebody recommend this for fall. So hey, I thought, why not give it a shot, especially with the new book coming out that sounds so good. So we're going to jump into this one. I actually am wanting to read a couple more chapters in this book tonight, just because I'm loving it so much and I'm really enjoying it. And then I'm wanting to pick this up and read a little bit in it. I really need a coffee. I'm tired. I'm probably going to make some coffee and then going to sit down and hang out and do a little bit of reading and relaxing and having some downtime, much needed downtime, I can assure you. I am really excited about these two books this weekend, as well as having tonight and all day tomorrow and a little bit of time Sunday morning just to chill and read. I don't know if I will be finishing these Violent Delights. This book is over 400 pages, 440 pages, something like that. I looked at it earlier. I don't exactly remember what it was, but I'm really excited for both of these books, and I'm excited to share it with you guys as I read them. I am going to stop rambling now, and I will catch back up with you guys in a little while. These chapter titles are just super fun. All of them allude to something that happens, and they're just so cute. A couple of them have been pretty funny too. Also, I made a coffee. This is a mocha with a little bit of vanilla in it because I wanted to try something different, and I'm actually very excited to try it. And my reading buddy, who always seems to show up in my lap every single time I sit down right here on the couch. She likes to snuggle with me as I read, which I'm okay with.
Like, such a struggle. Isn't that right, Vanilla? She's just sitting here staring at me. Alright, well, we're gonna go back and see. Is that what you want to do?
Hello guys, I have decided to retreat to the bedroom with my coffee and my books and all of those books there too. Not reading that stuff right now, but I'm about to read some more of this. I kept almost dozing off on the couch, and I know that it doesn't make much sense that being in the bed would be more beneficial, but I think it's because of how I was cramped on the couch. So I'm going to try to like stretch out and read more, and hopefully it will wake me up a little bit better. I guess we'll see soon. Oh no. Too soon. Do what now? Hello friends, it is Saturday. It is actually 1 o'clock. I was going to start this a long time ago. I've been up since around 5 a.m. but I did kind of nap off and on this morning and just kind of took it easy, ran a few errands, and so now I'm back. I yesterday got to page 100. Also, I was going to catch you guys up last night, but I ended up being really sleepy and I figured it probably wouldn't be coherent, so I just decided to wait. But I have got to page 200 in this. I read 100 pages last night, and so far I am absolutely loving the chemistry, the banter, and like the tension. It's fantastic. This book is so good. I'm just loving every second of it. And I just love the dynamics between the main characters. They are, like, it's just perfect. It's fantastic. And Honestly, I haven't wanted to put that one down just because the magical world that has been built in this story, it's just so intriguing, and I don't know, I love it. It's so good. And I started These Violent Delights this morning, and I ended up reading about 15 pages of this. Not really anything to say about it. 15 pages is not that much. It seems like it's going to be really intriguing. I like the writing style so far, so we'll just kind of see where it goes. Gonna read more of it in a little while. I also went by the public library and picked up Once Upon a River. This is by Diane Setterfield. And I've heard people say that this is really atmospheric. It's a good story for like reading during the fall. Also, I picked up by the same author, The 13th Tale. I've also heard that this reads like a gothic story, that it kind of reads like a classic, and that it's very atmospheric. I read one review that said something about it being kind of creepy. I don't know if that's the case. Guess we'll kind of see about it. But I am excited to read those. I'm not sure when I'll pick those up. They're both over 400 pages, which they don't look like it just looking at them, but they actually are. So I guess maybe in this coming week I'll try to pick up one of those and just see how I feel about the writing. I'm kind of intrigued and excited because I love to read classics, so I like finding books that are written like classics. I always enjoy reading those types of stories. Other than that, I am just planning on hanging out and chilling for the rest of the afternoon into the evening, and definitely planning on watching Grady Hendrix's movie My Best Friend's Exorcism. I'm so excited for that. It came out yesterday, and I was going to watch it last night, but I didn't have an opportunity to, so we're going to try to watch it tonight, and hopefully we'll have an opportunity, but I am very excited for it. I meant to reread the book before watching it, but that kind of didn't happen. But that's okay, because I will watch it and then maybe reread the book afterwards. And then watch it again, because why not? I think that that is all from me for now. I will catch back up with you guys when I have an update. Hello. I decided to take a little bit of a break. I have read 55 pages of this, and I have to say, once you get into this writing, this book is so difficult to put down. I keep telling myself, alright, I'm just going to read one more chapter, and then I'm going to stop, and I'm going to do an update. And then I read another chapter, and then I'm like, no, I need to know what's happening. And then I read another chapter. It took a lot of willpower to finally put this down and actually pick up my camera. This book is beautifully written and very engaging. The imagery in this book, and like some of the ways that she describes things, like the darkness crawling over the polished wooden floorboards. Just, it's beautiful the way that it's written. And then also just how captivating the story is. I was a little bit hesitant because I'm not really big on like gang wars and stuff of that nature. But this story is so captivating, and the characters are just so engrossing. Like once you start reading about the characters and kind of getting their stories and understanding who they are and kind of seeing where they stand in the political structure of what's going on, it's just very engaging, it's intriguing. And I have found that I haven't really wanted to put the book down because it's so good. But I think that I'm going to take a break from reading this one for a little bit because I really want to try to finish Not the Witch You Wed. I only have 130 pages left. So I know that I can finish this one tonight. And then I want to pick this one back up. Ideally, I would like to read half of this tonight. And then if I can finish it tomorrow, I would like to. I can't guarantee that because we have to go pick up the boys and do some stuff tomorrow that might otherwise engage me from being able to read. But if I'm able to, I would definitely like to finish this weekend. But at most, I'm going to try to read at least half. I can't get over how much I'm loving this story. I've been so on the fence about reading this book for a while because I just wasn't sure if I would like the dynamics of just blood feuds between gangs and stuff of that nature. It's just not really my cup of tea, but this story is so good. And like, they're investigating this monster that has somehow awakened in Shanghai, and I just am so curious to know what's going on. So anyway, I'm gonna force myself to put this one down for a little bit, and I'm going to pick this up and jump back into this, and I'm going to attempt to finish this in the next hour or so. It might take me a little longer than that. I'm not exactly a super fast reader, but I know that I can finish this one. Plus, like, once I got into this one yesterday, I read 200 pages. So I'm sure that I can knock the rest of this out tonight. This story, though, is so cute. I know I told you guys about it earlier, but, like, it's just such a cute story. And it's like, they used to be friends, and then they became, not exactly enemies. I wouldn't say enemies. They're just kind of not happy with one another. Well, she is not happy with him, and he is still kind of head over heels for her. And now fake dating and just all of the chemistry and everything I mentioned before is just so good. It's so good, and I love it. And I feel like this is going to be one of those that I reread again this year, because just everything about it is just, it's just so much fun. It's got so much stuff that I really love in a romance story, and it's got so much more than just being about the romance, because one of the things that Lincoln, or Link, the love interest, he is like the leader of the North American pack. That's what it's called. So it's like the shifter pack, and there's all different types of shifters, but he's like the leader of the North American section. But he's wanting to like change the way that it's structured so that it's I guess in the past it has always been run by the people who have money, the people who have power, and he wants to make it more like a democracy where people can vote and you can have an equal opportunity to lead different sections and stuff of that nature. And I just find that to be such a neat concept that he's working toward that goal. And then Violet is supposed to be like the head of her family. It's called like the Prima, or the Prima Apparent, but she has no magic. And so her sister, I believe it's the second sister, she does have very strong magic. So her sister has stepped in to be the Prima, and this is the first time this has happened in like years and years and years, that somebody who's the head of a triad doesn't have magic super powerful. So she's like in the process of trying to break old traditions that say that she has to get married because she is the first witch in the triplets of her sisters. And so like they're both working toward breaking old traditions to make things better for people in future generations. And that's just a really neat concept to me. I really like that that is another plot point to this story, and it's not just about the romance. So I feel like we're headed in a direction that they're going to work together on this. That's just like, that's what's going to happen. But I'm here for the whole entire ride. I can't wait. So I'm going to pick this back up now. I'm going to read for a little while. Well, actually, Brandon made me a coffee. I've been drinking this for a little bit, but I'm going to finish this, and it is almost 9 o'clock now. I've spent a lot of the day just chilling and relaxing, which I definitely needed from today, so I'm not complaining at all. But I'm going to spend the rest of this time, this evening, just reading and really catching up, because I'm really enjoying these books this weekend. So, cheers, and I will catch up with you guys in a little while. Good morning, friends. We have made the trek to come pick up the kids, and I did finish this book last night before passing out. I was going to check in, but I couldn't hold my eyes open after I finished this book. I could barely hold my eyes open for the last few pages, but I have to say this book is incredible and I highly recommend it. So if you're thinking about reading this one, definitely check it out. And I'm actually, I looked it up, the second book in this series comes out in February, so it'll be like a Valentine's read. I'm really, really excited. I think it follows the sister Rose, so that's going to be a really fun story. And also just, I can't wait to be back in this world for the next book, but it does not disappoint. The ending is explosive, it's absolutely fantastic. On the way over here, I read, let's see, I was on page 55, the beginning of chapter 5, in These Violent Delights. I would hold the book up, but it is currently holding my camera up, so I'm not going to touch it. But I read to, I think, like page 85, so I read about 30 pages before I took an impromptu nap because I'm really good at napping. So we're gonna hang out with the kids for a little while, and then I will check back in with you guys in a little while. Yeah. Hey guys, it is actually Tuesday now. I meant to wrap this up yesterday, but I was just really busy yesterday. So, I ended up finishing all of Not the Witch You Wed, which I don't have on me right this second, and I absolutely loved it. Definitely 5-star. It was a fantastic book. Highly recommend. Great fall read. Just all around fantastic. And then I read close to 150 pages in this. I think that I was like right around page 140 or so, or 130, somewhere in that area. And I have to say, I am really, really enjoying These Violent Delights. It is, I don't know, it is a lot like The Diviners, where you have like the monster that is like attacking the city, and you have like random chapters where you see the monster attacking people or doing something. And so like you still, there's still the mystery there where you don't know what it is exactly, what the monster is, what it's doing, why it's there. That's the whole idea of the story too, is that like we have no idea. We have no idea what this monster is doing or why, or like if it's related to like all of this gang stuff that's going on. And also there's a lot of like the politics that were happening. Well, I'm assuming that the politics that were in this book were something that were prevalent in the 30s in Shanghai, because you've got a lot of conflict between the Russians, who apparently were trying to escape the Bolshevik Revolution, so they came down and stopped in Shanghai. And then you have the people who are already in Shanghai trying to, like, I guess, you know, protect their territory. So it became like gang wars basically. And you have the White Lilies, which would be the Russians, and they are constantly fighting against the Scarlet, I don't know why I just blanked on this all of a sudden. It's like talked about a lot and I completely blanked. It's just the Scarlet Gang is what it's called. Or the Scarlet Faction. The Scarlet side and the white side, that's what you have. And so you have your Romeo and Juliet dynamics, because you've got Roma, who comes from the White Lilies, and he's the son of like the gang boss. And then you have Juliet, who comes from the Scarlet Gang, and she is the daughter of the gang boss. And then like you see the different dynamics, like Roma is treated very, very poorly, whereas Juliet is highly revered. And so like you just see the difference in the dynamics of, I guess, you know, their cultures from where they're from, and then also all the gang stuff that's happening in the city. And they're trying to solve this mystery of like, what is this monster? How is it killing people? And like people are attacking themselves. So like they get whatever this monster is, like comes at them, and then they like freak out, and they call it the madness. And these people are like ripping themselves to pieces. So like it is a little gory. There have been moments where I was like cringing, like, oh my gosh, this is intense. But like it is actually a really good read for fall because of that, because like there's this creepy monster that you have no idea what's going on, and people are like ripping themselves to pieces with their own hands. And like it's just a lot, but I am super enjoying it, and I'm excited to finish this week, and I really want to start Our Violent Ends sooner than later. I don't want to put it off, because I got Foul Lady Fortune in my Book of the Month box, and I'm wanting to read it. It sounds really good. And so I will be wrapping this up this week. Chances are I'll let you guys know how I like it on Friday when I start the next one. And then I guess that's really all. I read over 400 pages this weekend, and that's a super success for me since I don't often get to read that much. That's all from me for now. I hope you guys have had fun hanging out with me, and I'll catch you guys in the next vlog.